That's kind of loud. Okay, everyone, just smile and take a deep breath. Let's just, stretch a little, because let's get excited. Okay, instead of reading the verses, I'm just going to tell you what happened, because that might take too long reading the verses. So, Jesus came up to Jerusalem and said, hey, you two, go get me a donkey. And so they went into the town, got a donkey for him, and brought it back. But someone did stop him and say, what are you doing? And they explained to him that Jesus wants this and he would turn it after. So they get the donkey and they bring it to him. So I just want to say, this whole message is going to be about don't doubt too quickly. Now let's all bow in prayer before we get started. Hey, Jesus, please help my message to get across clearly. Please help it bless anyone it can and help us have a good day. Amen. Amen. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little story. In 2005, there was a soccer championship match. This is the big thing. It's a huge game. Liverpool from England against AC Milan from Italy. And so they're versing. And by the first half is over, AC Milan is 3 goals up. And we all know soccer can be boring to watch because it's not a high-scoring game. 3 goals is kind of a lot in soccer. So they're up, and Liverpool didn't doubt too quickly. They didn't doubt their skills. They didn't doubt themselves. Second half, in the span of 6 minutes, they scored 3 goals, tying. So you guys all might know that you can't end a championship game with a tie. So they go in overtime. But in soccer, you do penalty kicks. You set the ball down, it's you and the goalie. If you make it, you get a point for your team. So Liverpool end up beating them 3-2 goals in the end. So since they didn't doubt too quickly, they were able to win the championship in the Champions League. So I'm going to be telling you the perspective of the disciples when they're seeing what they saw, what I think they saw. So they get told by Jesus to go get a donkey. So they get a donkey, and I'm imagining, is this the moment? Is this the time that he's going to go in to the Romans and take over and be the king? Is he going to take over and give us all glory? Is he going to give us all of that? And so they're anticipating great things, and they want it to be great. So then they get even more anxious. They get the donkey. Jesus is riding on a donkey into Jerusalem during the Passover. And like they said before, the donkey for peace. And then get this, everyone's waving him with palm leaves. They used to wave kings with palm leaves. So this basically saying the people want him as a king. This is awesome. Do you know why? Because he can be the king. He can be the king. Yes. So what does this mean? You might think you got everything figured out. You might know what God's plan is. But we need to think that God is planning to do something bigger. Bigger than what we know and bigger than what we can handle. So now let's look through the Pharisees' eyes. What's this guy do? He's coming into our area, our town, and he's messing with all of us. He's taking over our people. No, this can't happen. And they were jealous. They were jealous because they didn't want this to happen. So they start tearing him down. They're planning to end him, stop him. They don't want this to happen. You see, in real life, there's going to be people that are going to try to tear you down because they don't want you living for God. They don't want you being successful, going to heaven. So they're going to tear your reputation down. Mess with you. They're just going to tear you down. Amen. So there will be people wanting to tear you down because you are serving God. In John 15:18-19, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. This is what God's saying. That the world would love you as one of its own, but you're not one of its own. See, since you're not following what the flesh wants, what the world wants, it's going to want to tear you down because it doesn't want you to have happiness. You need to pursue what you want. You need to pursue God and go through all the struggles. So we all know what happened. Jesus did die for our sins. Crucified, they all yelled, crucify him. Now what? You have to keep in mind, no matter what God is doing, that he's always playing something bigger. Don't doubt too quickly. See, in the Werner family, you guys might remember, they had their daughter had meningitis and died at a younger age. And it's heartbreaking. But I have a feeling that God gave them strength to overcome it. And right now, his job was connected throughout the country. And right now, he's traveling the country telling about meningitis and what the problem is with it. But he's also talking about God's strength that he gave to them. They're talking about how God blessed them with the strength and with the power to go through and be able to tell other people about what happened. So, this is what I like to think. Instead of God becoming king back then, I like to think that instead of that, he's deciding to become king for eternity. So, in conclusion, don't doubt too quickly because you don't know what God's planning. It's way bigger.